Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Building Endor in LEGO here on the channel. We are at week 3. And today I have some bad news to start off with. Unfortunately, some of the parts that I ordered from Bricklink, actually all of them came except the one package I needed to complete the entirety of the lake for this week. So unfortunately that is going to be delayed just a little bit, but nonetheless I still had a decent amount of parts in my sort of backup, which I was able to actually use and get you a pretty good idea of what the lake's going to look like. I did end up going with the black tile sort of option from last week. But before we get any further, guys, let's give a huge thank you to our series sponsor, Firestartoys. They actually sent another backup package here, which we will be getting into in just a few minutes, so that's awesome. If you guys want to go ahead and shop Firestartoys, they have supplied a bunch of really cool custom printed arms and a brand new custom printed minifigure, which I'm going to be showing you guys today. It is the Incinerator Trooper. You guys might have seen this from The Mandalorian. We got that today. I'm going to be giving you guys a pretty cool look at that today. So go ahead and shop Firestartoys. Links will be down below in the description, and use coupon code BrickWiz15. You'll save 15% off your entire order, and you'll also support me here on the channel. We get some even more awesome epic items from Firestartoys to include in Endor. And before we go ahead and continue, let's give a huge thank you to everyone who donated in this week's live stream. We got a lot of people. If you guys aren't joining these live streams, definitely subscribe down below with the bell icon on. Don't miss them. I usually stream Thursday or Friday or Saturday, so make sure you guys stay tuned. But we got Xeon 27, Ezekiel, Picari, The Brick Guild, Fresh Bricks, Brickopotamus, Ivor, Jamgoshian, Sith Bricks, Brickmaster 75, Braden Flack, Max Shot, IR Brick Reviews, Liam Owen, Angel Hernandez, Star Wars Brick 75, Star Wars Bricks and Figs, and Chester Crab. Guys, thank you so much for donating and contributing to this mock project. I really appreciate it. Of course, 100% of those funds go right back into funding the project, so thank you guys for all the support. Now with those two things out of the way, let's get back on track and talk a little bit about this week. Like I said in the beginning, Bricklink orders just didn't come in. I ordered them like a week ago, and it only just now shipped like 2 days ago, which is a little bit disappointing. That should be coming early next week, Monday or Tuesday. Of course, I'll talk a little bit more about the future episodes at the outro of today's video. But the week 3 segment we have here today is still going to be pretty cool. I was able to get a pretty large portion of that lake done, and I think it's going to be important to show you guys sort of what's been going on with the lake, and to give you guys a pretty good look as to what the entirety of the lake's going to be like. Like I said, I did go with the trans black plate option from week 2, which I did show you guys in last week's episode. I actually did also include some different colors and cool variety, so there's a lot of cool, interesting, and new stuff I'm going to be showing you guys in today's video. If you guys haven't already, make sure you subscribe down below. Don't miss these videos. So first things first, let's go ahead and talk a little bit about this Firestartoys unboxing. Like I said, Firestartoys sent me yet again another awesome care package, so thank you to Firestartoys for supplying all these items. We got quite a few different things. Here we have actually what I'm most excited for. This is one of Firestartoys' most recent products. This is the brand new custom printed Incinerator Stormtrooper. This is the Flamethrower Stormtrooper. If you guys have watched The Mandalorian Season 1, this is something that'll look pretty familiar. Had the idea of using this in the mock, maybe even in like a burned section of Endor, which we'll get into later in the series, but I thought it'd be pretty cool. Here's a little bit of a closer look. Beautifully printed. You can see here it comes with custom printing for the arms as well as the torso and the body. Now, for those of you curious, it is printed on 100% authentic Lego, and it is available from the website. You can see here the Stormtrooper helmet does have a lot of red on the bottom, sort of near the chin and the ventilators, and the detail is really nice on this minifigure. There's a lot of sort of rugged looks. Again, this is a minifigure that's supposed to be after episode 6. On the back here, you do have a custom molded sort of fuel pack for the Flame Trooper. So this is super awesome. I want to give a huge thank you once again to Firestartoys for sponsoring the video and sponsoring the series and getting one of these guys here. Now, there are a few other items I did end up getting in this Firestar box. Now, those that pertain to Endor, we actually did get arms for the Shock Troopers and the Imperial Scout Troopers. Here's a little bit of a closer look at those two. Again, the detail is astronomically increased when you add these arms in. Now, I only have 3 shock troopers. I don't think I really need more. I think they're like sort of like the command unit, so I don't need to have a huge gigantic army of the red troopers. In terms of the scout troopers, however, I do have a bunch more. There are extra arms which I will be putting on as the weeks progress here on the channel, but here's just a closer look at those 2 arms. Now, there were 2 other things that I did end up getting, and these are not related to Endor. I actually got some more 501st arms from my own 501st army. There are jet trooper arms, and then there are also the regular trooper arms. Nothing important for Endor. Nonetheless, I wanted to share it with you guys. So huge thank you to Firestar for sending yet again another care package. Let's go on and continue with this week's episode. So I started off a lot of this week actually going through just random bins of parts, stuff that I think will be useful for Endor at some point. So I've actually been going through a bunch of different parts bins and then been pretty much picking out all of the brown, all of the green, all the vegetation. For instance, we have some dark green here. We got all the vegetation leaves, we got brown plates, tiles, all that good stuff. So this is just like an ongoing sorting thing that's just gonna be like a constant source of just generic parts that I could use for the Endor series, which is probably gonna be pretty useful. Now, what I'm currently doing is actually getting ready for my live stream. I'm gonna be live streaming Building Endor. I think right now is Thursday, I want to say. So Thursday we're going to be going live. Of course, that'll have happened already, but first off, I'm actually using a whole bunch of these tan plates. I have so many just random plates here, and what I'm basically doing is outlining the entirety of the lake. That way, when I start streaming, I could take away one base plate, go ahead and stream, and then obviously fill in all the spots with the black tile and stuff like that. That being said, there is a minor issue for this week. I don't have that many black plates. I thought I had a lot more. I've placed in 2 BrickLink orders with a bunch of them, which should hopefully be enough to finish the entirety of the lake. The issue is it's been like 5 days and the order hasn't shipped. I don't know why. Like I said, right now it's Thursday. These segments go out on Sundays, so hopefully that package comes Saturday and I could probably get some more progress done. But I honestly have no idea if this is going to be the only update and progress for this week, but nonetheless, we're going to make do with what we have. So right before the live stream starts, I'm just going to basically go ahead and finish outlining the rest of the lake with these random plates. That way I know what I'm doing on the live stream, and then hopefully these plates will be made to good use and last me a pretty long time, but we will see how that goes. Actually also got in some pretty cool parts. I didn't make a haul video this week, but we got some 1x1 tile and 1x1 plate in trans black, which is going to be nice. It's going to accommodate the lake very, very well. Now, one last thing before we go ahead and get started is I actually have a whole bin of different slopes right here. I know it's a little dark to see, but I'm basically going to be using some of these rocks and putting them in the lake to make it look like rock formations sort of coming up and breaching the surface of the lake, which should be a pretty cool experiment to take on. So let's go ahead and do that, and I'll show you guys the progress. So really quickly, this is what the shoreline roughly will be. It's actually covering quite a large portion of the mock, and I think I want it to be a little bit like this. I know in my original plans, if I actually have them over here, it was a relatively small part of the lake, but I think I like having it a little bit bigger. That way, a lot of the attention, we have a lot of room for the Ewok village. Remember, the Ewok village is pretty large, so I feel like we're going to need a lot of space here. But nonetheless, this is the rough outline of the actual shoreline. So what we're going to do, going to hop on the live stream. Like I said, I don't have that many parts, unfortunately, so we're going to see what I have to work with and get as much done. The good thing is that I know that this entire first base plate has to be covered, but I'll let you guys back in just a little bit with hopefully some good progress. Alrighty, so after live streaming, getting a little bit of stuff done, I was able to get as much as I can done with this lake here, and you can see here it's a decent amount. You guys know I did outline the rest of the shore right there, so you can see, get an idea of how large the lake's going to be. I'd say we covered maybe 25% of the lake, which wasn't too bad. Again, I missed orders. I didn't have any extra parts, so I used pretty much everything that I had. So as you can see here, I did go with the black on black option. I did not go with the blue or the trans clear blue like the Scarif water. I think Endor is going to be more of a night mock. We're going to have a lot of cool lights, lots of fire, lots of cool platform and Imperial lights as well. So I think that the trans black is going to complement that just a little bit more than the other designs. Now, when I was actually building this on my live stream, I did swap out the dark tan for some colors you might be able to see right there. So here we have 3 other colors. We have dark green, dark brown, and then very little dark bluish gray. And that's actually what I think is going to be comprising the bottom of the lake when I do continue to make and push on and make more of the lake and just have that sort of color be underneath the water. I think it represents like the algae, like the green. You know, there's an environment under the lake. It's not entirely just transparent and black. So I think having some dark green and dark brown is going to add for a really cool aesthetic with the rest of the lake. I also did take the liberty to make some really cool rock formations, just pumping out of the lake, just to give it a little bit more vibrance again, so it's not just a boring bland slate of water. We have some cool rock works coming out and everything like that. I might condense these, make them a little smaller, but you can see here the different types of parts that I used. Nothing too crazy, but I think it goes a long way with adding some cool details for the MOC. And like I said, this is still a pretty small portion of the rest of the project here that we have to fill in with the rest of the lake, but I think it came out really, really nice. And like I said, this is going to be the night version of the MOC, and you can see here there's a really cool glare. If you can hit the MOC at just the right angle, you can see here the glare from like the sun, or what is in actuality my lights, but it looks like the sun. Let's pretend it's the sun. It just looks super nice on that transparent surface. So I think that's the reason why I decided to go with it, and I think it does look really, really cool. So hopefully you guys like how this is looking. I know it's a little bit difficult to see how it's going to look on a grand scale when you're looking at the rest of the project, but again, still a lot of stuff I got done that I wanted to show you guys for this week's episode. Now, in terms of parts that I have left, we actually have a decent amount of parts. We have a decent amount of the transparent tile along with some other pieces. Now, in terms of the black plate, which is really important, we don't have too much left of that. We have pretty much just about this. So I was actually able to find some smaller plates here, but nothing that would make a difference with this week's episode. The smaller plates would of course be used for that shoreline, but I need the bigger plates to fill in the gaps and all that kind of stuff. So as far as the parts reserve, we are low, banking on that order coming very soon. The lake is a little bit of a different shape than what I originally had. So here you can see it sort of starts on the second base plate and goes pretty high up to where it is now, which is pretty accurate, but I actually elongated it more going this way because we're actually going to be making some pretty big changes to the platforms that are basically going to be going right here. So I think it was important to extend this lake down more this direction, which I did end up doing. So I think that's going to make it look a little bit cooler. Again, the Ewok village is going to be like pretty much right here. This entire section is going to be just teepees and a whole bunch of really cool stuff. But nonetheless, here is the pictures of the lake. Here's what it looks like. I think it looks really good. I'm happy with the design that we came through with. But unfortunately, that's all the progress that I have to show you this week. I'm sorry, but I think it's still worth the video. But let's go ahead and head to the outro of today's video. So guys, that brings a close to week number 3 of Building Endor in LEGO. Hope you all enjoyed. It's nice to finally get some solid LEGO build progress. In this week's episode, we outlined the entirety of the shore. We started on a pretty good chunk. I want to say maybe 25% of the lake, which is nice, and I'm happy I was able to finally sort of visualize and contextualize what the lake's going to look like using that black on black technique and method and color palette. I think it looks really good. I was actually really happy I was able to find dark green and dark brown to put under the lake. It gives it that sort of murky sort of I guess like algae look, which I think looks really cool. I'm just about as bummed as I could ever be. I gave this order plenty of time to arrive and it just didn't, and I don't know why. Now hopefully it's not an issue going forward. I'm going to try to be as proactive as I can with ordering and keeping the inflow of parts sort of coming in consistently, but every now and then we'll just get a bogus order that takes a while. But nonetheless, I still got a lot of stuff done this week, and I wanted to share it with you guys, and hopefully this was enough for an episode. So down below, guys, let me know what you're thinking of the lake. I think I finally decided on going for like a night look on Endor, so obviously we're going to be having a lot of cool lights, using some of my extra brick stuff lights, and adding some really cool details in the MOC, which is going to look super cool. And I think that the trans black lake complements that the best out of all the options, and I know the scarif looking water probably looks more beautiful, but it's not accurate, and it's not what I'm going for. So hopefully you guys like the decision that I made. Let me know down below in the comments what you think. Now, really important information, guys, please pay attention. I'm actually going to be away this entire weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday for a family event, so I won't have any access, obviously, to my studio. So I'm going to try to get another live stream of Endor out earlier this week, probably Wednesday, get a lot of progress done, and hopefully get the video out. Now, assuming the order comes in on time and what it's scheduled for as of right now, the next week's episode will hopefully have the entirety of the lake done, which is pretty monumental. So that's going to be a pretty cool episode. I think that just about wraps up everything I have for today. So thank you guys all so much for watching. If you guys haven't already subscribed, definitely do so. Don't miss these videos, guys. This is going to be the most epic build series I've had here on the channel. Without a doubt, the best MOC I'm ever going to make. So don't miss these videos. Drop a like if you guys enjoyed today's video. And like I said, let me know down below in the comments what you think of the lake so far. Are you happy with my decision to go with the black, or would you rather still me go with other options? I'm always open to it, guys. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you later. Take it easy. Peace.